See the next problem. We see the next problem. Evaluate integration of 0 to 1 plus I x minus y plus I into x square into dx. The first condition is given. Along the straight line from z equal to 0 to z equal to 1 plus I. And second condition is along the real axis from z equal to 0 to z equal to I. And then along the line parallel to imaginary axis, then z equal to 1 to z equal to 1 plus I. And third condition is, C condition is along the imaginary axis from z equal to 0 to z equal to I, and along the line parallel to real axis from z equal to I to z equal to 1 plus I. Okay, wow. So first to take the first condition. Along the straight line from z equal to 0 to z equal to 1 plus I. So take the solution. Take the solution. The straight line is z equal to 0 to z equal to 1 plus I. That means x value has z equal to 0. That means real and imaginary. Let us consider real and imaginary value 0, 0, 2. And second point has the real value 1 and imaginary has the coefficient of 1, that is x and y value is 1. So it is 0, 0 and 1, 1. This straight line intersects at the point 0, 0 to 1, 1. For example, take the y equal to x. Take the at the x values, consider the 0 and 1. Positive value 0, we take 1. Take the y which is equal to x, substitute put x equal to 0 in y equation, y value becomes 0. Put x equal to 1, substitute this equation, y value become 1. Therefore, this straight line intersects the point 0, 0 to 1, 1. That is 0, 0 to 1, 1. We draw the diagram. We take the diagram. We draw the x-axis and y-axis. X-axis will take the y equal to 0 and y-axis will take the x equal to 0. Okay, well, that is 0, 0. You draw the one straight line of x equal to 1 and the y-axis draw the parallel to y equal to 1. These two straight line intersect the point 1, 1. Okay, wow. So in this value, let us take the point that is intersect the point 1, 1 and 0, So these two point intersect these two straight line intersect the point 0, 0 to 1, 1. You joining these 2 points. So this was the y which is equal to x. Okay, wow. So in this point, take 0, O, A and B. Okay, you take this value O, A, B. First condition is, first we will see the what is given the first condition. Along the straight line, okay, along the straight line from z equal to 0 to z equal to 1 plus I. Okay, wow. Along the straight line, that is y which is equal to x. Okay, wow. So y which is equal to x, so this line equation, that is can take along OB value. Okay, along OB value. We take the along OB, that is straight line is given y which is equal to x. Take along OB, y, OB value has a y which is equal to x. Take y which is equal to x. Taking the complex values of z value z, let z equal to x plus iy. That is z which is equal to x plus y value can substitute the x, that is ix. Taking differentiation on both sides, that is dz which is equal to dx plus I into dx. Therefore, the dz which is equal to these two terms dx common take outside, that is 1 plus I into dx. So in the z value you can replace by x. Therefore, the x varies from in the along OB value, x varies from what's the limits value? X varies from along OB value 0 to 1 and y value 0 to 1. So actually we need for the x values only. So take x values limit 0 to 1. Okay, therefore the x varies from 0 to 1. We take along OB value, that is integration of OB f of z dz which is equal to integration of f of z value. What is given the f of z value? X minus y, that is integration f of z into dz. Okay, here the dz. By correction here. Into dz. Okay, so take this integration of f of z value has the x minus y plus I into x square. Okay, substitute here x minus y plus I into x square into dz. That is integration of x minus y value have the x, okay, substitute here minus x plus I x square into dz value got the answer 1 plus I into dx, substitute here 1 plus I into 1 plus I into dx. First constant value take outside, 1 plus I into, here the plus x minus x cancel and remaining have the I into x, that is integration I value take outside. First constant value take outside, 1 plus I into I constant take outside, that is integration of 0 to 1 x square into dx. Now to integration this value, integration of x square formula x cube divided by 3. The limits value 0 to 1. The apply the limits value, that is I into 1 plus I into, first substitute the upper value, put x equal to 1, that is 1 cube value become 1 divided by 3 minus lower value put x equal to 0, this time 0 become the 0, this value become the 0. So add this value, that is multiplication this value, that is I into 1 by 3 become I by 3 into 1 plus I. Next multiplication this two value, 1 into I by 3 become I by 3, I into I value I square value, you know the formula minus 1, okay wow. So I square formula I will write here, I square value is equal to minus 1, I square value minus 1, substitute here, that is minus 1, 1 into I by 3 into 1, you can write the I by 3, I into I square value, I into I value I square, that is a minus 1 divided by 3. So therefore the along OP answer, we got the answer I is in the, taking the LCM condition, I minus 1 divided by 3. So along OB answer become the answer I minus 1 divided by 3. So first condition over. Next see the second condition. What do you ask in the second condition? Along the real axis from z equal to 0 to z equal to I, and then along the line parallel to imaginary axis. So that is real axis to parallel the imaginary axis. Okay, wow. So take this along real axis. Here in this diagram. So x axis is a real axis. So x is real axis, that is a OA. You take the along the real axis, that is OA. Give along the real axis, that is OA. The OA value have the z, that is y, which is equal to OA value have the y which is equal to 0, that is y which is equal to y which is equal to 0. And then z, you can take the z value, z equal to x plus I will substitute this value this equation. Therefore the z which is equal to x plus I, y value have the 0, substitute here. So second term becomes 0. Therefore z which is equal to x, then taking differentiation on both sides, that is dz which is equal to dx. So in this z value you can replace by x. So we can replace by x means you can next we can find the, what do you get the x values limits. So how do you have the x values limits? So along OA value, in along OA value, x value limits, we take the along OA, this OA, so x values limits 0 to 1, okay, therefore 0 to 1, take the along OA value, x varies from 0 to 1, right here, okay, substitute here. Therefore the z equal to, along in the real axis, z equal to, that means in the real axis z equal to 0 to z equal to I, that is z equal to 0 to z equal to 1, not I, no, z equal to 1, that is z equal to 0, you can take the real and imaginary part, consider 0 comma 0, here real value is 1, that is 1 comma imaginary value can consider the 0, but x varies from 0 to 1, okay, so we can real axis along OA value. And next and second condition from B condition, along the real axis z equal to 0 to z equal to I, and then along a line parallel to imaginary axis. The real axis parallel to the imaginary axis, okay, so in this real axis parallel imaginary axis, that is OA is a real axis, that is parallel to imaginary axis, so that is parallel to this. For the imaginary axis of parallel value have the AB value, okay, so this imaginary axis y, actually x is a real axis and y is a, can say that is a imaginary axis. So in this real axis parallel to the imaginary axis, so this imaginary axis parallel to the straight line equation, you take the x equal to 1, that is a AB value is the parallel value, okay, so take this AB value, so take and parallel to, that is imaginary of parallel to, imaginary axis of parallel value, that is a AB. Okay va? So in this imaginary value of of parallel value, that is a AB straight line. Okay, we take this AB straight line. There is AB straight line has x equal to 1, that is x equal to 1. Therefore the taking the z values formula, z equal to x plus iy, substitute this value in this formula. Z equal to x value, want to substitute the 1 plus iy, taking differentiation on both sides, that is dz, which is equal to constant value becomes 0. So 0 plus I into differentiation this value, I into dy, that is dz, which is equal to I into dy. In this z variable, what are they replace? Y variable. So z variable can replace by y, means we can need for the y values limits. So along AB value, in the y value limits have, we take the AB value, y values limits 0 to 1. Okay, 0 to 1. So take the 0 to, y varies from 0 to 1. Right? Next, we take the real axis of OA and parallel to the imaginary axis, that is a AB value. You can add this to integral, line integral. That is integration of OA f of z dz plus integration of AB. You take along OA, then to add the parallel to the imaginary of along AB value. So take OA plus integration of AB. Okay, next substitute the f of z value. That is integration of OA, f of z value, do you know, x minus y plus given the problem, x minus y plus I x square into dz plus integration of AB, again to substitute the f of z value, x minus y plus I into x square into dz. Next, in this value can replace by x and x value. First we can read along OA value. We take integration of x minus along OA value, along OA value, y value 0. To substitute here 0 by x minus 0 plus I x square into dz value has a dx. You can substitute the dz value, you want to substitute the dx. Next, plus integration of x, next we have all the terms become the x variables. You can substitute the x varies from 0 to 1. Okay, take x varies from 0 to 1 plus integration of AB, integration of along AB value.